great damage to Chris J, and he's pushing forward. Here comes the Zeus. Rops has the opportunity, but now he has an M4. A plant is actually fantastic. I'm actually amazed they're going to be able to get that down.
And with Rops, oh, he could almost walk behind him. They are kind of thinking about it now, but a little bit of timing here, and it might work out for another kill. He's going to get there. Oh, that's Chris, in fact, getting a shot. And another one. A lot of damage. 3 kills in a bomb plant. That's a lot of production for a round where they should have had nothing.
And they've done this time after time in some of these rounds. They've been able to actually get some magical kills just out of nowhere to keep the money from raising. Ooh, Ariel is actually trying to look for that AWP. He can't find it anywhere. That's unfortunate for Ence, because that's been a big part of their defense, is keeping this alive. Remember, they got that for free. It was the AWP that Woxic had in the 4th round. And now it's slipped away from them. They'll have to reinvest if they want that. So even in losing, things are about as good as they possibly can be for Mousespory, even though you've lost, what, 5 of the first 7 rounds, and obviously 3 in a row.
Yeah, they have set themselves up for a good little comeback if they can just tie another round in here. 8th round coming your way. Woxic with the AWP. That double up though gets to stay alive, and that's kind of a big deal. If for Ence, we've seen it, you know, many times on their CT sides. The same will probably be true for Mousespory when they get to play the CT side. So 2 teams that love orbs. Could have 4 of them in some of these rounds.
That's gonna be exciting. I enjoy that. Well, Woxic had some very cool sequences yesterday with the AWP as well. So that'll be fun to see him swing in action. At the moment, though, feels like Mousespory on the verge of getting back into this. But man, Ence just keep throwing them for a loop. That is a spectacular double kill from Sergey with the SMG. Every time Mousespory has like a full buy, they just get caught completely off guard by something on the Ence side of things. Previously, it was Alu picking players off. Now it's Sergey pushing with an SMG. In the 2nd round, it was the CZ and the Deagle pushing in. It's all up to Kerrigan to recover this round. He's got the only advanced position.
Oh, he's walked in. If he spins, he can maybe get 2 kills, but down.
Oh no. I would have loved to have...
I get like LED shoelaces, something cool like that.
I mean, they already have the light up shoes, where you take a step and they blink and they flash.
Yeah, but adults aren't allowed to have those. It's become like a kid. I think we should take it back from the kids. It's cool. Why should they have it?
Okay. Well, now you're onto something. Now we're cooking with gas. Yumpy gonna stay aggressive out towards High B and keep control, but a good exchange of utility from Frozen is gonna keep him at bay. This is all a ruse. And unfortunately, Frozen can't really execute any kind of a fake. They do know he's there. He's going to be a lurk. And Mousespory just have to find some way to break into this bomb site. Alu with the AWP is here. Sergey going to drop the Molotov. It's perfectly timed, and that first kill should give him some safety.
Yeah, falls back a bit. Oh, there was a gap somehow. The smoke was obviously meant to put out the Molotov there, and I don't know how, but there was a gap. Woxic will go down anyway, and then the great kill for Alu will probably secure the round here. Kerrigan and Frozen. Frozen coming in from behind. Kerrigan would have to try and maybe get this bomb down. Yeah, more grenades are raining in, and now he's out in the open. Can't believe he's not dead at the moment. Oh, another kill! Somehow he's brought it back. Kerrigan is such a beast in some of these rounds, and now they're going to make a run for it back into the A yard. Now, Jumpy knows he's already got the right idea. Can he stop? Oh, nice shot.
Oh, wow!
It's about time somebody put an end to Kerrigan. Now Frozen going to be jumping up, goes straight for the bomb plant. Not even worried about someone peeking him. Almost Champy's there, and he will claim the round. A double up will continue, but Kerrigan nearly made that work.
They need it. Kerrigan is one of those players that uncanny ability to deliver something special where you normally wouldn't see it out of him, but like when his team needs it, for some reason, he's able to step up to the plate. Unfortunately, can't close it out this time. He might have had the chance if Yumpy doesn't hit that incredible shot. The timing of him jumping out of ladder room. This is an absolute catastrophe for Mousespory. 2-8. And they're not having any success. Just the fragging production is not there. Rop's at 8 and 7. Other than that, all 4 of his teammates are at 4 kills or 5 kills.
Well, listen, Jason, let's listen in real quick to some team speak from Mousespory. Maybe we can get a little bit of an insight into what's going on here.
Well, it's a little more communication and initiative, okay? We need to work a little up in all these situations like the round before. Just keep talking all the time when you see what you want to do, where they are, okay? Just all the time. Information all the time, boys.
we go. What do you make of that, Jason?
Here's the problem with that kind of an idea at the moment is you're going up against a double up, yeah, I'm assuming there's a double up setup, so yes there is. You're going up against a double op setup, so if you're spreading out and trying to get information, that's exactly what the ops want. Like, that's going to be very, very difficult for them to be able to find information when you can't actually really peek. And this is weird. This isn't even an information play. He's pushing all the way down. There goes Chris J, but Kerrigan's at the end, and both ops are looking down towards Ivy. There's a timing here. Surely Kerrigan goes through this smoke.
Does, finds the timing, turns for it, he's ready for more. Man, Kerrigan is a genius with some of these plays. Remember, he's captaining the team as well, and he's trying to make all this space for them so they can start to make a little bit of a move. Robs and Sergey are almost neck and neck over at each other. Yeah, there's the fight from Robs. He's going to win it against Sergey. That is, again, that's a coin flip. It could have been the other way around, but now they have the lead. And actually, I mean, if they win this round and the next one, then they're going to be able to get rid of that Ence economy and actually start to have a real half here, which, again, they probably feel like they should have already had. Alu, all the way back, and they got to be careful that they don't give him a chance to get a free one. Nice headshot from Frozen.
That's an important headshot from Frozen, because Alu could have pulled them back into the round. I feel like Kerrigan has to have been sitting there when he died and been like, what is everyone doing on this map? Oh, he was the most aggressive player. 3-8. Finally digging into that Ence money and finally getting another round on the board. They had been out in the cold for 6 rounds in a row. 8-3. And Mousesports can't let this opportunity slip away.
What do you make of this, I mean, just as a general, let's say, symptom of what may be going on in the Mousesports round, some of the time that if they start to fall behind, people stop communicating, like, just as a general problem for them?
I mean, listen, I think a lot of teams, a lot of players are in that same vein, do very similar things. I think it's a very hard thing to kind of prevent from happening. Mousesports shouldn't have that issue considering the experience and all the success that they've had, but I mean, sometimes it just does happen, especially with some online play. Kerrigan, close up again, but I mean, you're not going to make that play work twice. And now the inner hit has to go. Alu knows exactly what's coming.
He does. Looking upper so that Sergey could be safe on the low ground. He's going to not fight, just try and see if he can maybe get them a little bit closer, luring in more people from his team as well. There should be some more backup coming in, although they are a little bit slow. Stop finally all the way at the back line. Smoke's going up, and there is a Molotov left here on the T side. Robs is holding it. Let's see if he's going to be able to use it for later. He's really far forward, so not going to be able to fall back and use it. May just have to try and see if he can block them off on this right-hand side. They're walking up right behind him. Nice headshot from Robs. And that makes a big difference. Yampy want to return. Chris sneaking through the smoke, and a great double kill, taking down Yampy. And again, remember, they needed this round desperately, Mousesports. This is finally where they can really destroy that Ence economy.
Yeah, that's the inner bomb site. That one random flashbang that just pops him while he's sitting on bomb train. That one hurts. He was supposed to be the first line of defense. 8-4 as Mousesports claw back, and all that Ence really have is this AWP. Although Alu can drop an op, he can drop an M4 over if they want to go that route. Sunny could still scrape together a buy, so they could go for a force, but they decide to save.
Let's go, Let's go.
That gave me a heart attack. I'm not gonna lie to you. That gave me an intense heart attack.
It is quite something, isn't it? Well, it's 8-4. The odds have more or less evened up here, as you could tell.
Now, when he's telling everyone to kind of get their own information.
Alu, that's not bad at all. Sergey coming in, and he wants to fight. He's saying, come on, Woxic, let's go. Deep Molotov there to force him a little bit back in. Woxic now going to go and hide in that corner. I don't know if he's going to go up the ladder, but he definitely could, and now he's still down on the low ground. Making him, again, hard to find right now. Molotov, it's the wrong position, and Sergey, he's not going to have that many more seconds to try and find him. I think he might have the idea now that he's not actually on it. Smoke going up, and that will definitely force Woxic into action. 10-second defuse, and Woxic running around, making all the noise that Sergey needs. On top of the ladder now as well. He goes for it, gets the kill, but not enough time to win the round. Man, that, for both players, that's a cool 1 versus 1. Sergey, you can tell how focused he is.
Woxic plays that really smart, though. Just hide in the corner. Don't even try and challenge whatsoever. Found some safety with the Molotov with Sergey not peeking. Alu does his very best. I can't believe he hits the second shot. This almost pulls him right back into it. Oh my, that's unreal. That is unbelievable.
Yeah, that's...
8-5.
You like to see it, don't you?
I know, I mean, listen, it's early in the morning here still. That's woken me right up. Aerial tagged, Kerrigan so blind, everyone is so blind. But again, there's only so many rounds that Ence is going to let Kerrigan get away with that hyper-aggression that he's been pulling off, and unfortunately, this was the final straw.
Oops. Oh, I can't believe it. I actually thought maybe Ariel saw that. We switched just as it was about to happen, but it looked to me like Ariel maybe have had just a glimpse there.
He heard the sound cue of the Molotov, I think, tick on Rops, but I think he didn't fully believe that Rops would have crossed over. I think he still believed he was stuck at ladder. This is an incredibly aggressive play, and it's going to pay off. What a god.
Yeah, that's next level. So I get down to the B bomb site. Alu about to go and try and help him out, but let's see if he can get a bit more luck this time. They do peek really wide, but swings to get both kills there. Sergey continuing to find them. Alu will be taking down Woxic at the end. So for Mousespory, though, I mean, as well as they play this, I'm actually super impressed by this first half for them in a lot of different ways. But they keep, like, Ence just keep having just enough money to buy all the time. That just on that edge.
Yeah, they've only really been able to get the reset once, Mousespory, in this half. While they've had the chance to do it like 3 separate times. So it has been a very good job of Ence to stay in this fight. I mean, this is a good half for Mousespory in terms of the number of rounds on the board, but tactically this has been just so incredibly basic, and it's got to be a worrying sign for this Mousespory team in this period of struggles, when Kerrigan is the only one that seemingly is interested in like exerting his force and will across the map. When he's the only player being dynamic and actually trying to create opportunities for people on this team, that is the biggest worrying sign. Rops is a bit more passive of a player, but you have guys like Frozen and Woxic who should be able to deliver, and they're just not at the moment.
Oh, look at the mobility on Alu. He finds another one. What an amazing triple kill. He just lined that up. He was so calm doing all of that. The reposition, you could tell. I think Woxic up there with the counter AWP, he was looking the wrong way. He wasn't prepared for Alu being that swift in movement. And now Kerrigan, he's boxed in. As soon as he fires this gun, they're going to know where he is. Turns around, but yeah, another round here for Ence. 10-5 at the end of the half. Wow, I'm so impressed by Alu. 18-6 on him at the end of this half. That's a really impressive scoreline. We'll see how it goes in the second half when we come back after the break.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the second week here. We've got the best teams in the world and complexity.
But Flamey is his kryptonite again!
This is it. It's a bulldozer.
We have fun, we're going to play good. We may lose some shit rounds, but you just brush it off, and if we win some good rounds, we cheer. That's all it is.
The best team in the world going up against a team who, you know, hasn't even been able to qualify for the major yet. Sip just trying to buy time, flanking around, hunting him down, and he tries to immediate defuse. He's right there with the kid. Oh my god, I can't believe it. 16 and 12.
I've seen every big CS:GO match ever. I can tell you that would already be like a top 5 upset of all time.
Sybil could dash. Oh! The shutdown!
The Charles that I know.
Really trying to get in the pit. Can he stand tall one last time? He lands the ball! Oh no! A beautiful spray! Electrons have got it! 16-14! Now he's doing it!
It was ready for vitality versus complexity. I introduce you to North America's newest juggernaut.
16-6 as they take down Vitality.
Complexity have one last beast to challenge.
They wanted to build Juggernaut, but we want to destroy the Juggernaut.
Of course.
16 rounds to Navi's favor. Victories on Train and Mirage.
The Navi storm has come and conquered today.
It's an exciting, couple of days that we've had here, and it doesn't feel like we've had any losers other than maybe Astralis.
Welcome back here. Early start today in Europe. 10-5 lead for Ence on Train in this best of 3 against Mousespory. I think it could have worked out very differently. I think this could have been like maybe 8 or 9 rounds for Mousespory if they had just handled some of the early rounds a bit better. But it was a lot of back and forth, and here we are. Alu really doing well, and on the other side, I mean, Kerrigan also trying his best to open so many of these rounds for his team. Jason, are you still feeling confident in Mousespory? Let's just say for the first map here.
I mean, I would like to argue against the point of your question or the way you phrased that, because I was never truly confident in Mousespory. So it's not a matter of still being confident, but no, I mean nothing that they showed in this map so far has made me feel any better about the prediction. You have to say,
Right.
Alu just absolutely spanked them in that first half with the AWP, and that's
wild.
For me, that's a little bit scary because, yeah, the ops are obviously going to be effective on this map, but I didn't see really a whole lot of Mousespory throwing any, like, set pieces. Like, where were those outer smokes, like the wall of smokes, behind the trains to neutralize those ops, to give you the space to push to the bomb train? They mostly ran 4-1s in that first half. They kept things very simple, very basic. And obviously, it didn't pan out super well for them. It was a pretty good recovery, but not as good as it could have been. Pistol round of the second half is live with Sergey and Ariel taking control of the box halls. And that might freeze 3 defenders from Mousespory at this B bomb site.
Yeah, and they have 2 HE grenades. They really wish that someone would come down that ramp like it was some sort of a B rush, because then they would have exploded the whole lineup. Let's see if they can still use them over at A. I mean, theoretically, remember how we've been talking about NIP and Dig and their sort of grenades over on Vertigo? You could do the same thing on almost every map, right? You could save these 2 HEs, wait for the bomb plant. It's a little bit more tricky on Train, like there's more of an area, but still it's possible.
Oh no.
And they're going to be far away. This is going to be a bomb plant happening. A little bit of a boost to look over. Sniping for a kill, and that's a good shot from Frozen. They probably do need this round, but look at the return. The smoke fades, and the dead to Sergey.
Yeah, just way too late to see the danger of what was coming. I think they realized the smoke was fading, but there was nowhere to go after that. 5-on-5 retakes on Train, never. I think I've only ever seen one work. That's an incredible pistol round from Sergey, but Mousespory have done everything to make that a little bit easier. 5-11, or 11-5, whichever way you want to do it. Ence has a massive lead.
That was a quad kill from Sergey. He pretty much just did that on his own after the bomb plant. That was really, really nicely done. And I saw like real excitement on the Ence side, which normally you don't see from Finnish people. So that's something there.
Well, I think even even the Finnish culture can't hold back the excitement when you've been losing for like, a year and a half straight, and then you finally start to feel a little bit better. Ariel with 1 kill. Frozen's gonna go down. Here's Kerrigan again with that deal at the bomb train, providing some impact, slowing things down. This can still be a very dangerous round for Ence. They've got to be cautious.
Yeah, slowing it down a bit. They found Woxic, and Sunny 100% health, taking him down. So, 12-5. And again, that was a bye coming out of Mousespory. They're going to have to save this round. That comeback starting to feel unlikely.
Yeah, it certainly is. Ence is looking good. Sunny has showed up today. Obviously, Alu is had a very good first half. Yumpy with the AWP was solid. Everyone on Ence is performing. It's a team-wide effort, and for Mousespory, that's just not the case. They don't have any kind of production that can really match this at the moment. So that first gun run is going to be all important. We'll have to see Mousespory wake up immediately. And then obviously we'll have to see what happens in the next map, because this is a bit sketchy. Alu at the end of Ivy is at least going to truck Chris J. Just turns the corner right in the back of the head. Another one as well to follow up.
I wonder if, if one of the keys here to getting back, if it's at all possible, would be, again, double up, right? Just try and see if you can get there quickly and have a good start with it. I mean, we saw some of these rounds when Ence were on the CT side, where it's just, Jampi picking up a kill, it's Alu picking up a kill, and then the round starts 5 versus 3. And I mean, that kind of round is, if they can have some of those early on in Mousespory, it's going to be more doable pretty quickly, but it's not always guaranteed, is it?
No, not at all. Oh boy, Mousespory have a huge job to do, even though they're on the easier side. This better be a very clean win to start the half. They need to build money up as soon as possible to sustain losses. They probably are going to need to get a double op setup out as soon as humanly possible. Woxic has his first. Chris J is going to go down to an M4. But here we go. What feels like the last opportunity for Mousespory to stay in this map. They're down by 8 rounds. Ence with a commanding lead. Alu at 20 kills already.
Chris J with that AUG, don't underestimate him. There are a couple of players that are still really good at using that. Chris definitely being one of them. Seen some fun stuff coming out with that gun, even though most have written it off for whatever combination of reasons. We'll see. Just the one AWP on the CT side for now, so could be a chance here for Ence to maybe end the game before that even gets put into play properly.
What's also worrying to me is Mousespory showed very little cohesion and teamwork in that first half. It's required on the CT side. Frozen is pushed up in ladder room. Kerrigan's going to be frozen or pushed up along the wall by E-Box. So a little bit of teamwork can be provided there. There can be a bit of a bait and switch. They're running out of nades as well. But Woxic is all on his own, and he's going to have Alu and Sunny to peek against him. Flashbang is out. They want to challenge, and that's a missed shot. Scrambling to get out of danger. He's at least accomplished that, but he cannot go back for a fight again. Ivy is open, and Sunny is taking the opportunity to push all the way up. Look at the pressure on Kerrigan to guard this at this range, at this angle. No. Now his teammate's gone down. Now his second teammate's gone down, and Ariel is going to be next. Excuse me, Kerrigan's going to be next.
Wow, once they fall back from Ivy, you can see Woxic goes to try and cover main instead, and Kerrigan has to go back, but then when they lose Frozen as well and Pop Dog, how do they cover all those angles? It's not possible anymore. So that is, that's a punishing round here. You just picked up the rifles and really don't get anything out of it. Robs, I think, might have seen Alu there, swings for the fight, pretty good headshot, but the round is definitely lost already, so 14-5, and the question now is just can he save the M4, and that's not even going to be possible. This is looking rough.
Well, it's a one-man army for Mousespory. It's Robs against the world. 17-15.
Scout being picked up now, and some Deagles. Single smoke on Kerrigan. This would be a dream if they could win this one back. I think that could maybe spice up the team a bit again. And what's crazy to me is that, Kerrigan has been leading. We heard that little check-in with the team sheet earlier, which was great about him saying keep talking, guys, keep communicating. It's not going to work if we just all stay quiet. And he's been not quiet in the server. He's been showing them, let's go out and open, let's get some kills. But it's like somehow it's not inspiring the rest of the team just yet.
Well, yeah, and it's unfortunate too because that Rups versus the World was maybe a little bit inaccurate considering the first half because Kerrigan's never really, or not never, but rarely going to be putting up numbers, but his impact can be felt, and he had some impact in the first half, and those are the kind of plays from Kerrigan when he's pushing through the smoke at the end of lanes that should get everyone else, switched on and checked in and excited and back into the game, and it just never, ever, ever happened.
Yeah, some of those rounds they needed to feel like, all right, you know what? If we can have Kerrigan doing that, those should be probably 1 rounds. Chris, in a decent position. Sergey, could you see him? If Chris stands up, he's in a lot of trouble, and he probably knows it. What a Molotov to force him forward. What an awkward fight for him to take, and he burns. That's a really great grenade.
Ooh, great one shot from Kerrigan. 1-deed. Sergey's down low, tagged by Rups with the scout, and it looks like Mousesports have bought themselves a lifeline. Alu, the last one left, swaps out to the AK, challenges Rups, and a wild spray isn't going to hit the mark. Now they can have the AWP, and Mousesports is still alive. 6-14, they can still fight for this map. But that's the last chance, and if that doesn't get you a little bit fired up, a little bit excited as a player, I don't know what will. I know you hit tab and the score seems so far apart, but they've been in these scenarios before. This is where you have to make that comeback happen, or at least mount enough of an effort to get everyone ready for the next map that's coming.
Yeah, I fully agree. I mean, that just 2 pick, right, is gonna be interesting. Especially with, Alu opening really well at the moment. That's going to carry on over into Dust 2, you have to assume, to some extent. So yeah, now's the time to rally the troops and get everyone excited. Rob's alone in B. I would trust him to, at least for a minute here, to hold his own. He really has been the star player for Mousesports some of these last couple of games we've seen. And he's got Chris with him now as well. So they got that same 3-man setup over at Yard, and we saw earlier what happened out on the A bomb side. If one of them goes down, then it all falls apart. So doesn't mean it's a bad setup, but just that's one of the weaknesses.
Alright, Ence is going to have a pop flash from Sunny. Alu's legged. That pop flash maybe to get Aerial out. We'll see if the damage onto Alu changes that at all. Good utility usage deep into T-Con. Almost takes out Alu, but Woxic has to be careful. So careful with that AWP. And that's a wise decision, I think. Backing away. Not entirely. Yumpy in ladder room. Ence slowly creeping into position to have a very painful hit, but Frozen is going to stop them entirely. Yumpy is alone at E-Box. More damage, and all the kills come out for Ence so quickly. All of a sudden, in a flash, 4 frags, and the bomb site is lost. And I don't know how Mousesports let that collapse so quickly.
Man, Sunny's got 3 kills in this round. Yeah, they got the 2 opening frags. That leads into a 5 on 3, and they just can't stabilize it. They can't hold them back. Ends keep coming, more flashbangs keep raining in, and suddenly, well, here we are. Rob's in a 1 versus 3 to try and see if he can clutch it. And look at that, they're even up on the high ground, up at the sniper spot. Sunny's all the way down there. He's going to be walking into a huge triangle from which he has no smokes to force them into a fight or anything. I don't see how he can actually do this. I mean, he doesn't know it yet, but this is actually not doable, and Yampy will take him down. That's 15-6. What an incredible lead for Ence. They've showed up in a really great form today.
How did this happen? I cannot believe it. Yeah, that's... Even I'm making that face. Fist bumps become the new Ence thing. 15-6. Another double up setup for Mousesports, and they've got to win 9 in a row. Last chance saloon for the Mousesports defense. And that previous round has just got to be so deflating. Ence is playing a fantastic game. That is good teamwork, good coordination, good utility as well. And, I mean, it helps when you're just tearing people's faces off like that. Good kill from Sergey, good trade, and the odds reflecting that Ence are taking an advantage in this series. 2 people left, and the Finns are relentless, already attacking the bomb site so quickly. Bomb is going to be not planted, it's back towards T-mid.
We're talking about
I don't see a way that Mousesports get back into this.
No, me neither. And we were talking earlier about giving away games, and this time Ence have decided they're not going to do that. Nice enough flick there coming in, but now the bomb will be planted, and it's still a 3-on-5 here, or 3-on-2, sorry. Robs and Woxic have to try and combine, and again, even if they win this round, they'd have to win another 8 in a row afterwards, which feels really unlikely. I like this from Ence. I mean, so many of these teams that we've had in the tournament so far, they've had good leads, and then they can't really close it, and it gets really, dangerous, but this seems much more decisive. Sunny will go down, but a nice refrag, and Robs is next in line, so Woxic in a 1 versus 2, and yeah, this is amazing. Finnish Counter-Strike suddenly looking a little bit more tasty here. Last kill for Sergey, 16-6 as they take down Mousespory on the first map. Dust 2 is going to be coming up next, but yeah, this is a powerful performance. Alu leading the charge. I think, what did he have? 18-6 in that first half in scoreline. Really, really quite something. So, great work for Ence. We'll see how it goes on Dust 2 as well. That's going to be coming up as our second map after the break. So stay with us, and we will be right back.